Hi, it's Super Videos back at you for another video. This is going to be another Q&A video. It's going to be my Q&A number 8. Before I start the video, in this video we're going to be discussing TV show and comic book events. So if you're not caught up, make sure you're caught up before you watch this because it might spoil some things for you. So let's get right into it. Let's start with the Walking Dead show questions. The first question comes from Wyatt McCann and he asks, since Negan just said he would beat the holy hell out of somebody, do you think it is possible that Rick and the group aren't aware that he's actually going to kill one of them? Maybe they think he'll just badly injure the victim and it could make them more hesitant to interfere when Negan starts beating whomever he picks. So that's a great question, and in terms of what Rick and the group think at the moment, I think they know that they're in a pretty bad spot and they know that it's not going to go well for them. But in terms of if they think that Negan is just going to injure one of them or kill them, I think they have a pretty good idea that Negan is going to at least injure them to a point that they can't come back. And we got to remember, there is no real doctor there. So even if Negan badly injures the person, they're not going to survive. Or at least they're not going to be the same person they were before, because they're going to be beat down with a baseball bat to the head. So I don't think it matters. But in terms of Rick interfering, yeah, I think it would make him be more hesitant to interfere because he wouldn't want Negan to be even more pissed off. But I think once Negan swings Lucille a couple times, they're going to interfere and they're going to notice that he's not just going to beat them, he's there to kill them. But that's a very good question. The next question is a show/comic question and it comes from TheBlackAntihero and he asks, who are your favorite and least favorite Walking Dead characters? So I actually did a video on this a couple months ago, but I can tell you quickly. So for the show first, my favorite show character would be Rick, and a very close second would be Daryl. And my least favorite character would be Andrea and Lori. I'm very disappointed that they made Andrea so bad that I disliked her in the show, but it's just what they did and how they ruined her character and caused me to not like her character. Because I like Andrea's character in the comic book, but it's just what they did with her in the show that makes me not like her. Now for the comic book, my favorite comic book character would be Rick again, but at a very close second would be Carl and Negan. And my least favorite comic character would probably be Gregory. I didn't like Gregory, yeah. But that's a good question. The next question is a Walking Dead comic question and it comes from Steven Moraga and he asks, do you think Carl should kill Beta or kill the most Whisperers? I want Beta to be killed by either Rick or Negan because I think it makes more sense and it has the most potential of being interesting and shocking. So I think for that reason, I don't want Carl to kill Beta. If Carl kills Beta, I'm okay with it, but I would like to see Negan or Rick to kill Beta. So for that reason, I think Carl should kill the most Whisperers because that would be badass. The next question comes from Woltix33 and he asks, do you think that Beta will kill Negan in the Whisperer War? Again, another Beta and Negan in the Whisperer War question. So I think Negan is going to be a long-term survivor now, especially now that his backstory has come out and they're spending a lot of time building up his character and developing his character. I don't think he's going to die in the war. So because of that, I think Beta is not going to kill Negan. If anything, like I said, Negan is going to kill Beta. But that's a very good question as well. And the last question is actually a Fear the Walking Dead /comic book question. And it comes from Steven Moraga and he asks, do you think it would be cool if Nick leaves Mexico and becomes a Whisperer? No, I don't like that idea at all. Mainly because it would be taking an idea that was in the comic book and bringing it to life in Fear the Walking Dead, which should not happen. They should take comic material and put it in the original show. So I don't see the reason why they would bring it in Fear the Walking Dead, because Fear the Walking Dead has made it very clear that it's going to make itself very different from the original show and it's going to separate itself from the original show. And I don't see why they would bring something that was in the comics to Fear the Walking Dead, because that wouldn't make it original. If they want to be original, they shouldn't bring anything from the comic book or the original show to Fear. Now, do I like the way they're making Nick look like he's a whisperer? I don't like that, but I think it's not that Nick is becoming like a whisperer. I think Nick is using the same strategies the whisperer used. And I'm okay with that, but I wouldn't want Nick to become an actual whisperer. So that's it for this video. Leave your questions in the comment section below. Make sure to put Q&A before your comment so I can find it, and I'm gonna answer your question in the next Q&A video, which is gonna be in about a week. Thanks for watching. I'll be back for another video.